Ryan, why did you pick the Sydney Thunder to come and play the T20 Big Bash for?
Oh, they're such an exciting team. I watched them a lot on TV last year and saw the way they approached the game, and it really took my fancy. I'm excited to play alongside Chris Gale for one. He's a massive draw card, and then a lot of the other guys. Jason Flores, an old mate of mine, is there as well from Canberra, so it'll be nice to play with him.
So, being a young guy, starting his career at the top level, moving to Sydney to play, obviously it's part and parcel of the Big Bash now, isn't it? Players relocating interstate and playing against their teammates?
Yeah, it's the way the game's headed. For better or for worse, I think that happens a lot these days. So, yeah, I'll obviously have to come up against a lot of my Victorian teammates. And, in a way, I look forward to that. It'll be good fun. Is
it good though in the sense that you've got, you've played cricket with Chris, you're playing cricket with Chris Rogers currently, you've played with Dirk Nannes in the past, so it's not as if you're a total stranger in the side, is it?
No, not at all. Yeah, I know obviously Chris Rogers really well, and Dirk Nannes, as you say, Jason Flores, and a lot of the young guys I've been to the academy with, so I feel like I know a lot of the Thunder players really well, even though I haven't played alongside them with Thunder colours.
What about T20 cricket? I mean, it's a real lottery, isn't it? You can be a really good player, you can be a really good cricketer, but T20 cricket tends to expose people, doesn't it? You're under a lot of pressure, you've got to make quick decisions. What are your thoughts?
I actually think in the long run the best players still stand out in 2020. I think it's criticised sometimes as a bit of hit and giggle, but I think if you look at people's 2020 records, it does sort of, the numbers add up eventually, and the best players in the world become the best players in 2020 as well. I think a lot of the guys who are the best test cricketers are also amazing 2020 players. So it's definitely a lottery from day to day. Anyone can perform on their day and anyone can get a duck, but I think across the course of years things work out alright.
Now, the rivalry, you live in Melbourne, so you're very familiar with the rivalry between the Stars and the Renegades. Up here in Sydney, it's the same thing, only the Sixers are winning everything. Anything that's going on at the moment, the Sixers are winning, and at the moment the Thunder are in the shadow of the Sixers. This is a massive opportunity, first game one, here at the cricket ground, basically for the Thunder to get something back.
I think there's something very appealing about going into the game as the underdog. It gives you a bit of a nothing to lose advantage, if you will. The Sixers have been the hot team in 2020 cricket, there's no doubt about that, but we'll be trying to take them down and we'll be the hunters on this occasion, which is a nice spot to come from.
What are your thoughts on the interstate flavour that's added to the squad?
I think there's a really nice balance. From the list that I've seen, I think we do it well. We've got a few big hitters, the likes of Cosgrove, who can really just take apart an attack to complement Gale and our other overseas player, whoever it is at the time. And we've got guys like Borges who are very experienced. I feel like he's a guy who thinks about the game a lot. Spent some time with him recently in Hong Kong at the Sixer side, and I can tell he's pumped up for this year, so I'm looking forward to playing alongside him.